If you're undergoing treatment for cancer, then your immune system could be depressed, and you might want to consider what's called a neutropenic diet, something that reduces your risk of infection and your exposure to high bacteria foods. And of course, you want it to be delicious, which is why we're turning to the acclaimed Robert Wiedmeyer here at Marcels. So the question, Chef Robert Wiedmeyer here at Marcels with Dr. Lisa McGrail. The question is, what is a neutropenic diet?
Well, first we should start with what's neutropenic. What does it mean to be neutropenic? So being neutropenic means that your white blood cell count is low, and typically that's caused from the medications that we are prescribing. And when your white blood cell count is low, your immune system is depressed. What do we need our immune system for? Everyone knows, to fight off infection, bacteria. So when we talk about neutropenic diet, we're talking about foods that are safe to eat in people who may be susceptible to infection.
What are we making for people who are facing this
here we have a wild-caught Atlantic salmon that we're gonna fillet and we're gonna prepare with Brussels sprouts and garlic. And then we're going to do just a citrus emulsion with no butter or cream in this. So it's very healthy for you. You can eat as much as you want to eat of something like this. And obviously, doctor, this has got a lot of omega-3 in it, especially if we leave the skin on.
Right, right. So omega-3s are great. And actually, salmon is one of the foods that's highest in omega-3s out there. Omega-3 is great because it decreases inflammation. And that's important because inflammation stimulates cancer growth. So we want to decrease inflammation in the body. Salmon is wonderful. I recommend twice a week.
So here we have wild Atlantic salmon. I'm going to fillet this. What you're looking for, if you're buying whole fish, obviously, if you're going to buy whole fish, you're looking for the clarity in the eye. See how clear that is? It's not murky. It's firm. It's not mushy. That you push it in, it doesn't go, it's got firmness to it. Okay. Here we go. We're just going to fillet this off. You're going to cut right behind the gills until you come to the backbone, and then I'm just going to turn this knife and just run this right along here.
Wow. See, he could be a surgeon.
Yeah. He makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
And then we have this nice,
look at that
beautiful
piece. Look at that.
Look at the size of that.
Look at the color.
See how the color on that is? Now,
yes.
I go up to Alaska a lot, and when you go up to Alaska and you get their wild salmon up there, the color is so bright red because that salmon up there eats a lot of crustaceans.
Oh, that's interesting.
A lot. So it's even redder. I mean, I brought, and I bring, when I do during the summertime, I bring it in. Some people think that we dyed it. It's just actually so red.
Oh, they think you've treated it.
Yeah, you think you've treated it. You want to look for, smell it. I mean, if you can smell the fish or touch it, you want to just look for, does it look fresh, okay? Does it smell fresh? I mean, go to reputable places to buy fish.
Okay.
So, we have our piece of fish here, and every fish has bones. So we have little tweezers here to remove them.
What are you looking at? I mean, can you see? I mean,
you feel them with your finger.
Ah.
You just run your finger along here and you'll feel them. Okay. All right, so this is a beautiful piece of salmon here. We're gonna leave the skin on. Okay?
Okay.
A lot of people don't like skin. People don't cook it right.
I see.
You want to get it nice and crisp. If it's nice and crisp, it's really tasty. So, and we're gonna cook this salmon all the way through. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna season it. Proper seasoning, a little bit of salt.
You okay with the salt?
I am okay with salt, yeah. I didn't realize that you salted the skin. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna use a little bit of pepper.
Salt's okay though, right?
Well, salt is okay.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. If you're somebody suffering from high blood pressure, you might want to stay away from the salt.
Right. And you don't have to put salt on it.
Right.
It's something that, I like to do because it's gonna give it more flavor.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do over here is we're just gonna bring this pan over here. I got a little bit of olive oil here.
Okay.
Just gonna pour this in here.
And your pan's already hot, yeah.
Okay, this goes on top of here. And we're just gonna put the skin side down.
Okay.
And let it get nice and crisp.
Now, how long do you do that for?
Because we want to cook this all the way through, this is probably going to cook for like 6 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
So there's there's a battle. It's like red state, blue state. Skin side down first or skin side up?
Skin side down first.
You insist on this,
yes.
right?
Skin side down.
Are the people that do it the other way, they're completely wrong?
I don't know who they are. It's kind of like we wouldn't get along probably. So you put that in there. So from there, we're just going to take fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, okay?
That's in a hot pan.
Put that in a hot pan.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little bit of lemon juice. We're going to take a little bit of orange juice, okay? And we're going to take this vanilla bean, okay, from Madagascar.
Yum, I
okay?
smell it. It smells delicious.
And we're just going to split this
and
put this in there. That goes in there.
So you don't have to scrape it out or anything.
Just goes right in there.
That's easy. That's nice. Okay.
Is that going to reduce or what?
Yeah, we're going to reduce this down.
And how long do you cook it on the other side?
Like 3 or 4 minutes. What you'd want to do is get nice and golden brown on the skin side, turn it over. We're going to smash garlic and thyme, throw it in there, and we put it in the oven.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then it gets all that, instead of having direct heat, it's going to get surround heat all the way around it.
So you want that to a boil, right?
We're going to let that go down to almost to where it's a syrup. Okay, and this will be our sauce.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So basically it had grapefruit, and one thing to mention about the grapefruit juice is just, it's a very small amount, but just talk to the doctor, make sure that doesn't interfere with any of the other medicines you might be taking.
See how that's nice and getting crisp?
Oh, yes.
See that? Now, a lot of reasons why people don't like the skin on their fish is when you go to some restaurants, I won't name them.
We're not talking about
They don't cook it right. You know,
Right.
it's like, you gotta execute it right. If you're gonna leave the skin on and it comes out to the table, it better be like the crack of a creme brulee. You know, it better be nice and crisp.
Well, and I think that's a good point that you bring up, because I think sometimes if the fish is not prepared well and doesn't taste good, then you think you don't like salmon.
You don't like it.
But that's not true. You do like salmon, you just haven't prepared it the right way. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
So here we have just shaved garlic and olive oil. Again, just a touch of salt, not much, just a little bit of salt. We're gonna throw a sprig of thyme in here.
Okay.
Okay, because we're gonna get some more flavor.
I really am.
Okay. And then what we're gonna do now is just gonna let that sweat, or what I call what I mean by sweat, just gonna let it simmer a little bit there. Now we're gonna turn the salmon over, but before I turn the salmon over, what I have here is I have ground fennel seeds and coriander seeds. So these are right here. Okay?
Okay.
This is an option. Okay?
It's a great option. And you want to know why? Coriander is so good for you. It's very good for people who are diabetic or who have high blood sugar. It lowers the blood sugar, and it's wonderful for diabetes. Yeah.
And then the fennel seeds. And what we do is we just take these and we toast these in a little Teflon pan.
Okay.
And then if you have a coffee grinder at home, you just take 50-50, like a spoonful of that and a spoonful of this, toast them up in a Teflon pan, put them in your coffee grinder, and voila, you have a powder.
Nice fine.
Smell that, but don't snort it. Okay?
Ooh, wow. Oh, that's rich.
Doesn't it get your saliva glands going right away?
Yeah.
Don't you feel your saliva glands go right away?
I do.
Okay.
Now, Chef, can we buy this already ground? I've seen it like that.
You probably can, but it's easier and better to do it yourself than just buy them that way. Now, I'm going to sprinkle a little of this on top of the salmon.
Okay.
I mean, you can really, for me, my saliva glands start to move. I mean, I can feel it the moment you smell this.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, could we substitute something for fennel? Only because
you don't need to use it.
Okay, one medicine that we use might interfere with a drug called tamoxifen, may affect the fennel.
Well, then you know what? You just do the coriander.
You could do the coriander.
Just do the coriander.
Okay.
Okay, so now we got the salmon. We know that skin's nice and crisp. We're going to turn that over.
Oh, that looks great.
And see how it's nice and golden brown?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna crush this garlic, and I'm gonna throw that in there. Okay, and I'm gonna throw this thyme in here. Okay, like that. I'm gonna let that cook on here again like this. Okay, so we've got our garlic here. I'm gonna take these Brussels sprouts. We're just gonna cut these. And Brussels sprouts, like any cabbages, are really good for you. A lot of people are scared of Brussels sprouts because the most time, again, they've had them cooked improperly.
Right.
But if they're cooked, a lot of times you go to places and they're just not cooked. We're gonna add that to our garlic there, okay? We're gonna add just a little touch more of olive oil. Again, no butter, no cream. So we're gonna go down a little bit. We're gonna go down a little bit further than that, though.
Okay.
We're gonna make a little bit more of a syrup.
So would you say take it to half or more the consistency?
I'd say almost down to where it becomes almost like a syrup. Because
Okay.
what we're gonna do there is we're gonna add the olive oil. You're gonna pour the olive oil. I'm gonna whisk it.
Okay.
Okay, doctor, if you can pour that olive oil in here, just go nice and slow, and I'm just going to whisk this.
And do you want
a little slower. That's good. That's
a little
good.
more?
Nope,
You're
that's
good.
good. That's
okay.
good.
So what does the whisking do? Does it make
I'm emulsifying the citrus reduction with the olive oil.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm blending. I want it to come together. So where it's you know, it's...
Right, because you're mixing oil and water in a way.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Oh, and that vanilla. It just smells it smells so good.
All the different fragrances are great,
yeah. Well, we make this at home.
Just a touch of salt, not much, just a little bit of salt.
Your kitchen's gonna smell, your whole house is gonna smell great.
So you keep whisking it.
Yeah, you don't want it to break on you. If it does, it's really not a problem. You're still gonna get all the flavors that you're looking for. We are gonna use just the lemons and limes and oranges.
Okay.
We're gonna add that to it, this to it. Our salmon's just about done. It's nice and golden and crisp.
You do the sides then too?
Yeah. Now, you could throw this in the oven. Like, you just take this whole thing right now. If you're at home, just put it right in the oven. We're almost done here. So we've got our Brussels sprouts, we got our garlic, we've got our citrus emulsion, we got our salmon. So now all we're gonna do is really simple here. Okay, so we have our Brussels sprouts and garlic here. Okay, we have a little bit of thyme.
Brussels sprouts and garlic, right?
I love Brussels sprouts. They're one of my favorite foods.
You know, most people, they've become a very popular vegetable in the past 6-7 years.
Yeah, that looks
We're gonna set this on top. Okay, then remember, it's optional. If you don't want the skin, you don't serve it with the skin. Okay? We've got our emulsion of...
Look how thick that is. Look at that. Yeah, that looks...
I love all the colors. I know I keep saying that, but it's just the array of colors. That's how you know it's healthy.
You know, like you were saying earlier, Doctor, you can eat this all day long.
Yes, it's very, very low in calories.
I mean, you're not gonna. This is if you're trying to lose weight, if you have medical issues, it's just good for you.
Exactly.
There's no fat involved in this, except for a little bit of olive oil, and olive oil is good for you.
It is. It's a good type of fat. That's right. It's gorgeous, and I can't wait to try it.
Okay.
The ultimate test.
All right.
The taste test. With a Vex skin.
Oh my gosh. That is spectacular. Oh my gosh.
What she said. Yeah,
wow.
Exactly.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Chef, so much.